It's Diane Mathias, and I wanted to tell you a story today about dragonflies. You've probably been noticing the dragonflies on my page, all the different ceramic ones that have been showing up. They're in different colors. They come in orange, and they come in blue, and of course they come in red. And they're all hangers, and they can be on a nail or they can be in your home. You could wear it as a necklace or you could have it as a tree ornament, whatever you choose. But I wanted to tell you a story. Once upon a time, about a decade ago or so, there was a woman who lived in the desert lands of California. She came from Michigan originally, and she was used to being in the woods and have all sorts of little woodland critters and creatures around her. But when she came to the desert, it was very different. And one day she was out in her garden and she just wished for the visit of a dragonfly. The next day, she was out wandering in her garden, and lo and behold, there came a dragonfly. He was a big dragonfly. He was like a very strong, gnarly, old feeling dragonfly, and he looked like he was the king of the dragonflies. And he came in with his craggly wings, which were brown, and the copper light shone through them. And he landed on a fence post in her yard that she was using for some squash and pumpkins to grow up. And then, within a couple of minutes, another dragonfly came along. And this dragonfly was very lovely. She was very fragile and petite. And she had the gossamer wings of a fairy. She was in blues and greens and turquoises. And when she landed right beside this other dragonfly, she just came in for a landing like the landing of grace. And this woman watched these beautiful dragonflies in her garden, and she was thrilled. And that joy of a child came up from within her, and she began to clap her hands and say, "Thank you. Thank you for coming to visit me." And she decided that she needed to give them names in honor of their visit. So she named the old, craggly dragonfly Copper, and the other one she named Glee. And Copper and Glee came to visit with her for weeks on end. And every day they would come, visit, gleam their wings in the sunshine, and then leave after about 10 minutes' time. Now, this woman was just delighted because she knows that dragonflies are a sign of transformation. They are a sign of change and growth. And that sun coming through their leaves and the radiance of their beauty, it just reminded her of grace and that which is unseen, just waiting to come in. Miracles waiting to happen, and transformations in her own life just right on the bud. And as they open up, they begin to be seen. And so years later, when she began to make ceramic work, she had to honor these dragonflies, of course. So Copper and Glee could live on and on in the work of her hands. And in the ceramic pieces that I do have on my site, they are in memory of Copper and Glee, and of course, in honor of Spirit, God, who always brings that which is good.